Yo, what is up YouTube? It's Sync Sports Bets here, and in today's video I got 4 player props for the Week 7 college football Saturday slate. Before we get into these picks here, let's go to the college football spreadsheet for Week 6. We had 4 video picks. Let's start it off. NC State wide receiver Kevin Concepcion easily hit under 58.5 receiving yards. He ended at 17 because of how atrocious the backup quarterback is. He cannot throw the ball to his wide receivers. If they still had Grayson McCall, I'm pretty sure is his name, he definitely would have got the job done with Kevin Concepcion, as they have an elite connection, but the backup quarterback does not throw to him whatsoever, so he only had 17 receiving yards this game. I think that's like 4 straight he's hit the under. And then Alabama's quarterback Jalen Milroe, obviously everyone knows about this guy and what happened. They let Vanderbilt roll all over them the entire game. I'm pretty sure that Vanderbilt had the lead the entire game. Jalen Milroe should have easily hit under 301.5 because he shouldn't have needed to thrown that much. But since they're down all game, he had to. Only ended at like 330, 326, around that range. So just a little bit over this line, but it felt way too high for quarterback playing a very crappy team, not needing to get that many yards. But unfortunate circumstances there. Next pick was Tajay Brooks. This one was absolutely free for Texas Tech. He ended at -2 receiving yards. The line was at 16.5. So that's not in the game plan for Texas Tech to throw to the running back. I don't think he has good hands either to be able to catch the ball. So easy pick there. Michigan's quarterback Alex Orji. I didn't watch the game, but he either got hurt or he got benched because of his poor play. He barely throws for any passing yards. So the under there was free. I think he got benched in the first quarter. So, we got that locked in super early in the game. So unfortunate with Jalen Milroe. They should have easily beat Vanderbilt, but, upsets happen. It just is unfortunate that this is the number one team in the league coming off of beating Georgia, and they couldn't come back and beat Vanderbilt. So I have no idea what happened there. I think ever since they lost Saban, it's been a little bit shaky, but yeah, hard to talk about that loss right there. Should not have happened, but anyway, let's get to our 4 video picks for this week. Our first pick of the day is going to be Caleb Johnson, man. This guy had 200 rushing yards plus a couple weeks ago, and his fantasy score is at 20.5. This is absolutely free for him. As you guys can see, he only hit under the last 5 against Ohio State, who is a top 5 defensive team, and he had 17.1. That is pretty high versus Ohio State. This week they play Washington, who does allow a lot of yards to opposing running backs. So Caleb Johnson should easily hit this, especially with just, once he gets to the 1 yard line, he's going to just run it in. But the fantasy score is going to be the same. If you guys look at the scoring chart on your own time, you guys can check this out. Rushing touchdowns is 6 points, and then receiving touchdowns is also 6 points. So, yeah, every rush yard is 0.1 points per yard for fantasy scores. So everything will contribute to Caleb Johnson hitting this over. Let's check out Outlier. Okay, on Outlier, obviously he's only played the last 5 games. Maybe if you go to the last 10, yeah, he did not play much last season as a backup, so not much to show there. But if you guys scroll down here, the Washington defense is ranked tied for 57th at allowing 130.5, but obviously these numbers aren't accurate enough. But good stat to know here. Iowa's ranked 14th in rushing yards, so that's pretty good out of the entire nation of like 200 plus teams. It's really solid to see top 15 in rushing yards. Caleb Johnson should be able to get the job done here versus Washington. Next pick of the day is going to be DJ Gideons for Kansas State. They play Colorado, who does allow plenty of yards, either pass or rush, to opposing teams. So 99.5 for DJ Giddens should be absolutely free. If you look at the last five, he did barely hit under versus BYU and Arizona, but doubled this line versus Oklahoma State last week at 187 rush yards. So let's check out Outlier to see more of his stats. So pulling it up here, he has hit 78% 7 of 9 games. And going back to 2024, obviously we just showed that. 70%, 7 of 10 games, the last 10 games. If you look at Colorado, they're ranked 80 in rushing yards allowed. That is not great whatsoever. So I really love Kansas State and their offense. They have a very, very elite offense. And as you guys can see, Kansas State's run rate is 57% compared to their passer rate because obviously Avery Johnson likes to run the ball a ton and also hand it off to DJ Giddens. So this should be an easy clear out. They should be winning the game by a lot of points versus Colorado. So DJ Giddens will be able to run that ball in the fourth quarter, hit the over of 100 yards. That's an easy pick there for DJ Giddens. Next pick of the day is going to be Kyle McCord. This guy is on an absolute tear these last 5 games. His line is honestly insanely high, right? Looking at these last 5 games, he's hit over 325, I guess over 335 his last 5 games. He only had one somewhat of a poor game versus Stanford. Only had 339 compared to 381, 85 versus Holy Cross. Georgia Tech's actually a really good team, man. He had 381. They play NC State, who is not great whatsoever at defense. Kyle McCord should be able to tear it up, and he's going to keep wanting to get over 300 yards to keep up his streak. So this is an easy bet here. I feel like 318 is a little bit too low for him as he literally passes like 90% of the time, I feel like, every time I watch this guy. So let's check the stats here real quick on Outlier. So on Outlier, as you guys can see, NC State's ranked 75 in passing yards allowed. Has hit the last 5 games going back to last season. He had somewhat of a poor ending to the season, but he's got a new team. This is this season and this is last season. He's got a new team, got a lot of new wide receivers, I'm pretty sure. And he's getting the job done. And as you guys can see, their pass rate is way more than the run rate at 65% of the time. So easy pick here for Kyle McCord. Our last pick of the day is going to be Kevin Concepcion. I know we just picked him, but we're going to pick him again because of how bad the connection is with his quarterback. At 49.5, as you guys can see, last 4 games, it's been very bad. 4 yards, Northern Illinois, 17 yards versus Wake Forest. Syracuse is obviously way better than both of these teams. So I do not see him getting 50 yards. I feel like that's a little bit too high. This should be easy for Kyle McCord to hit the under here. So let's smash that. These are my 4 picks. I'm sorry I'm posting it very late. I'm actually getting married next week, so I'm not sure if I will be posting a lot next week since obviously I'm getting married, going to have my honeymoon. But if I do post, it will be between Monday and Wednesday of video picks for college football and Sunday NFL picks. So expect those hopefully next week early as possible. But these are my most 4 confident picks for Saturday, week 7. Lock it in right now. Super confident. We've been on fire lately with NFL and college football, hitting at a very high rate. If you guys want to check out the Discord, link in my YouTube bio. We have about 100 members, super active community, very relaxed, and we post slips on Fliff and Prizepicks and somewhat of Dabble. So make sure to join that and win some more money. I post a ton of slips on there as well. Lock these picks in before the game starts, and looks like only just this pick starts in the morning. So hurry and get Caleb Johnson in before it's too late. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend and your team wins. I will be posting a Sunday NFL video picks video tomorrow night. So be sure to turn on your notifications and expect that video coming out tomorrow night. And we'll see you guys later. Peace.